What is the minimum yearly income to be your future husband?
Same or more than me.
Okay, so what's that?
Oh, I can't say that.
Well, I guess you could just say for the other person.
In the future,
That would pretty much be saying hers.
I think just for...
Do you make six figures? How about that?
I don't want to say.
Okay. What about you?
I think like 80K minimum.
Okay, what about you? Into the mic, please.
Between at least 300 to 500,000.
Can you tilt your microphone down more, please? You? Well, here you wrote something else. What did you write here? Can you tell us that?
500,000 to $1 million. That's
Okay.
also what I'll say, yeah.
Okay. What about you?
I would just put like 60,000. I don't really care.
What about you?
I didn't put anything because honestly, I'm unsure. Because if I'm in love with that person, I mean, I don't really care.
You be tricky.
So you'll date a guy who works at McDonald's.
If I'm in love with
Probably
him,
not.
yes. And I
Okay.
would help him build himself
you?
to not work at McDonald's.
80.
What about you?
80.
You?
75 to 80.
Okay. Nothing too unreasonable, I guess, except for you. 500,000 to 1 million. That's pretty high. Have you ever had a long-term relationship with a guy who makes that much money? Who actually doesn't just claim it, but actually makes that much money?
Not long term, no. But
You fucked guys who make that much money.
I mean, way more than that, yeah.
You fucked a billionaire? Unlikely. Okay, well,
Not-
some
not
guys
right
lie.
at a
Some guys
billion,
lie.
close.
Oh, I'm a billionaire. It's like
Well,
bullshit.
I've seen the numbers.
All right. Well,
But
have you ever
fucking is not
escorted?
No.
Okay. 500,000 to 1 million.
I brought it down to 350,000.
Well, now, but you did right now because you know you're gonna get my wrath if
No,
you keep it to
because
that.
well,
500.
it's
So
not that much.
500,000 to 1 million. So just to be clear, that even on the low end, the 500,000, that is less than 1% of men.
Well, that's okay.
So you're
I'm
gonna
okay with being single.
So you won't settle for less.
No.
Is that clear?
But okay, wait, I will settle, and this is the only way. Like, if they show like they really have like a good work ethic, and like they put a lot of effort into everything they do, and like they're trying to build up and like be better and find different avenues to make money. Like they have a good drive, then I'm okay with them making less.
But I mean, somebody could have a good work ethic, all those things, and not make more than $150,000 like at any point in their life.
Well, they have to at least match.
Because it's like for like someone that's starting up a business too, they start with nothing also. But are you going to be there for them when they have nothing and starting up the business? Or are you going to wait till they already finished it up?
Women don't build; they move in. So they.
I have helped
Never
build.
build a man up.
I have helped build,
Women
and that's why I won't
already
do it.
want a guy who has reached the finish line.
And you know why? It's because
Women-
I am already like very
Women wait
well on
and
my own.
Women wait at the finish line and they fuck the winners.
No.
That's how it is.
I've made a lot
There's
of growth
some
in my
women that
life,
build, though.
and
There's
I
some women that have
Yeah,
work
sure.
really
I'm
hard to be
speaking in
my
general.
best self. So I'm not gonna settle for a loser. Sorry.
But I mean, so a guy who makes 200,000, that's not enough for you.
I brought it down to 350.
But so 350 is the minimum. Although here you wrote 500,000
I changed my
minimum
mind.
to 1 million.
I'll get a little wiggle.
So,
a little
but
wiggle.
300, you said 300,000 wouldn't be enough.
It's not horrible. I mean, if I really like them, I'll go for it.
Or you can live anywhere in this country off 300,000 and have a comfortable life.
That's like average in LA.
That's not,
or
hold
less.
on, bro, that is not average in LA. 300,000 is, look, I mean, you're not going to be,
It's like middle.
if you're in SF or NYC or nice parts of LA, that's not going to be like
That it's
luxury, but you're going to have like that's still pretty good. I mean, it's not going to be, you're not going to be like, I'm trying to think like exactly how the lifestyle would be like at that much in LA, but whatever. You do realize though, in any case, you're basically zeroing out 99% of men, basically.
That's okay.
With your standards. Okay.
Because
And then on top of
I
that,
don't mind.
but on top of
I
that,
love being single.
the guy has to be attractive. He has
no,
to be
I'm pansexual. He has to have good vibes. That's literally the only requirement.
good vibes.
vibes.
Okay.
And a
He's got to
fat
have
wallet.
good vibes, and he's got to be set for himself
So,
with a little extra for me.
And you're a stripper. Do you do OF or no?
A little.
a little.
Not full time, just like
So
for my
sex
stripper
worker
people.
wants men who makes 500,000.
Hey, they want me more than I want them. I'm not gonna
How
lie.
old are you willing to date? Like maybe you could find a guy who's like 50 or 60 who might accept.
I already have a lot of offers of people in this range or way higher.
No, you don't.
I
If
definitely
you did, you would. Well, that you actually like, that you would want to date.
They're
them back.
rich, but they don't have the emotional side that I want.
Bro. See, it's not just, even if you do meet this metric, it's not just, okay, well, you're getting rid of 99% of men. It then becomes, okay, he's got to meet all my other long list of criteria that's really
No,
important.
he just
So
has to have good vibes and not be a piece of shit.
0.00001% of men, that's pretty ridiculous, to be honest.
Really? You want me to, for
Yeah, I
your
think-
sake, I'll date a dusty little brokey.
No, you don't have to.
Just
I
to
mean,
make you comfortable so you
you
don't have to be emotional.
You don't have to do that,
I
but
don't want to make you emotional with my standards.
I mean, it is what it is, but I do think you should probably reassess your
I don't
standards.
Need to. I have plenty of options already in that range, and
Those
I'm
are
not
her
going for them.
standards.
Bro, maybe the guys.
I
who-
know you think I'm a 5. You
Look,
think I
what-
don't deserve that. You don't know me.
What you,
And I don't
hold
care
on,
about
the fact
your
that you're a sex
opinion.
worker does bring down your dating value, but look, what you guys got to understand.
That's why he has to make more so he could take me out the game.
Okay. I mean,
No, I'm just kidding. I'll still do.
I think what you have to understand is that,
You
Just-
said you'll still do it.
bro.
I'll still do it, but I do make less money when I date people because I'm like a stage performer. I'm literally just on
Well,
stage
why would
the
you
whole
still
night
do
in a
it, then?
bikini.
He's
if
supposed
I'm
to take
making
care of you.
good-
He has his money. Why
if-
would you still do it?
No, I will maybe quit if he wants to. take care
Girl,
of
you
me.
better quit. What the hell? That just means you like doing it.
Well,
At
I'm
that
a
point,
performer. I'm not
it's
like,
like-
the strip club I work at. I'm
Then
like,
be a dancer for an artist. Don't be a stripper.
why?
Be a pole teacher.
Girl, I'm not Christian. I don't have the same
That's
standards
okay.
as you.
I'm not a Christian. I mean, I am I believe in
really-
God. I believe in a higher power. I'm not Christian.
No,
but
me too.
I'm saying,
There's
why
nothing
would
wrong
you
with-
still
You're
work for?
28.
Why would you still
You're
do it?
28. Yeah, I mean, I think it's over, to be honest.
It's not.
I think it's over.
Is it
What's
over for
over
you,
her
buddy?
life?
Probably.
Little guy?
But that's.
Why are you getting so
secondary.
bothered by this?
No, I'm not
why,
bothered.
No, you are like really triggered. Why?
No, I'm not triggered. It's just.
No, you are.
Look, you're typical. You're very typical. I've encountered
You barely
women like
know
you
me.
all the time.
No.
Sex workers, they want the world. Bro, you're a sex worker. You're 28. Like, it's just, I don't understand this.
What sex worker broke your heart? Like, why do you
No,
have
I
it
don't
out for
date-
us so
I
hard?
don't date sex
You want me to
workers.
just no? Listen, because before I was a sex worker, I worked minimum wage, 3 jobs at one time, and I got sexually harassed way more.
Mm-hmm. don't see how
My
that's
boundaries
relevant.
passed way more
How would that be
for the same
relevant?
pay,
How would
and
that
I
be
was doing
relevant?
way more work
That's not relevant.
for the same thing.
It's
so
just
why
like you
is-
guys fucking for love. Like
so
you guys
why
fuck
would I
for
bring
love.
my value down and get paid minimum wage for the worst treatment when I could make a bunch of money from just dancing in a bikini? I
That's
didn't
your
even get my
job.
tits out.
Okay, that's your justification for why you do sex work, but
No,
it
that's-
doesn't address my argument, which is you want a guy who makes $500,000 to $1 million. That puts him in the top, less than top 1%. You're excluding 99% of men from your dating pool, not to mention all the other standards that you probably have. You guys were giving me flack earlier about this whole, people can have their standards. Like,
I can.
you're zeroing out 99% of men.
Well, I don't want
just
those
on just on
men
that
anyways.
one metric.
I
Then we
really don't.
add in your other metrics, and it's like there's like
Good
5
vibes.
dudes in North America that meet your standards. It's like, and then you look. Also, you have to
Yes,
think.
no.
Okay, this is what I want in a man. What does the man that I want? Am I that?
No,
if
I am.
not,
That's
good luck.
why. That's why I'm
You're,
like so.
you're the guy who makes $1 million a year. He's looking at the 28-year-old
Yeah.
sex worker and is like, that's.
I'm
that's
not
the
gonna
girl.
lie. A
That's
lot
how I
of
think,
men
yeah.
be coming for me. They really want me.
Look,
so,
you
yeah.
cannot confuse.
But they don't want
wait,
you as a white
No,
though.
they-
hold on.
do.
Do not
They do.
confuse men's lust.
No, they
with-
don't even.
They're
be
gonna
trying to
make you
fuck me.
think that though. They make you think
No, I
that,
know
but
mind
they don't
games.
want you
Alright.
as a
I
wife.
know mind games.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's possible. It's
I-
literally
I'm
possible,
saying,
and it makes me sad for
that's
everybody
not true.
that
Like,
lowers
guys-
their standards that low and like thinks so lowly of themselves. That's why you will never attract that in your life. You won't attract.
You
something
accept the
that-
That's
love
not
you
how
think
that
you
works.
deserve.
Oh, it
Manifestation's
is.
bullshit.
No.
This idea of
I disagree.
I'm gonna manifest.
I don't
I'm
even
just-
need to manifest it to attract it, but I do have a book
You
about
are who you are.
manifestation as well.
Like,
Bro,
you
that's
literally
not how
are
that
who you
works.
are.
Look, Good things
I don't
happen to
let
bad
them know.
people. Bad things happen to
Yeah,
good people.
that's true. It
This
does.
idea that, oh, if you just put it out in the universe and
No, I'm not
I
saying
think I'm
that.
hot shit, therefore I'm going to end up with like a really
I'm
high
not
value
saying that.
guy.
No,
That's
it's
not how
because
that
I
works.
worked on myself for years. Like I've been single, I've been on my own. I know how to get shit done,
Period.
get shit handled.
Right,
I'm a
you're not
boss
gonna-
ass bitch. I don't care if I
Unless
shake
you
ass
date a
for it.
guy late 40s, 50s, 60s, you're not going to end up with a guy who's a millionaire. It's not happening.
A lot of rich
Point
people
blank
like to marry or be
You
in a
have your
relationship with
opinion.
other rich people
Bro,
that
it
are
literally doesn't
already
bother me
settled.
at all.
Would you agree with me
I'm
that
sorry,
men
it's
who
honestly
would you
kind of
agree
funny.
with me that men who make $1 million or more a year are going to be assessed as like high value men?
Yes.
Like
Depends
they're-
on what they do for work. Some of them are do sketchy shit for $1 million a year. Plenty.
Okay, well, let's assume it's not sketchy.
White collar fraud.
So men generally, now of course, men who are high earners typically tend to be assessed as very attractive by a lot of women, and a lot of these women are not sex workers. And so if you are a man who makes $1 million a year and you have a bunch of options, so dating a sex worker is suboptimal. Now, just to be clear, I don't hate sex workers. I'm not saying that
I'm not
you
assuming.
hold on. I'm not saying that as a sex worker that no one should ever love you and you should never have a relationship. No, I wish for all of you to have relationships. Although, truth be told, I'd probably, if a guy came to me for advice and he's like, "Hey, Brian, should I date a sex worker?" I'd say no. But I'm not saying you shouldn't. Look, I'd love for all of you to be in loving, great relationships. That'd be fantastic. But I don't think you get away from this idea that sex work is suboptimal. Men don't want to date sex workers. Like
That's fine.
it's even those that
I
do.
literally
it's
just
like,
have I got a lot of
Here, can I ask you a
options.
question?
I'm not worried about what
Do you
you say.
think
I'm
you would
sorry.
be-
I'm sorry.
Can I ask you a question?
You would be disgusted with if you knew like. Really,
Yeah, I know there's a lot of degenerate simps out there who are
I know,
fucking
you
gooners.
hate
They're
getting
fucking
women
gooners and they're
getting
porn
spoiled.
addicted and they'd love to date a sex worker. I understand that, but if we're talking about high virtue men, then the men who are high in virtue typically are going to avoid sex workers. So my question is though, look again, sex workers can get married, sex workers can have families, sex workers can have kids, sex workers can have love. I'm not like doing this like, no, a sex worker will never. No, that's stupid. That's cope, actually. But it is true. Like, would you tend to agree with me? Keeping everything about you the same, do you think you'd be more appealing to men if you were not a sex worker? In general.
You had your own
No,
business,
I'd be less
everything.
appealing.
So just to be clear, for most men, you think you would be.
Because I learned a lot of knowledge being a sex worker
you
that
think-
actually helped me with
what
sales. I
knowledge?
have people.
You think men? That's men. Oh no.
A lot of sales knowledge, a lot of interacting with people.
You can get those skills in other ways, and men
No,
don't.
you definitely can.
You think like a man's
Mine
like,
are kinda top
"Damn,
tier."
she's like got knowledge. I didn't want to fuck her, but she's got knowledge. I want to fuck her now. I
Yes,
want to
that
date
does
her
happen.
now.
Yeah.
That
Men-
does happen.
No, men
They
don't
love
give a
my
shit.
body
She
and
has
my
sales
brain,
knowledge
baby.
on how to give me
They
another life
they like my
Bro, men
body. They
don't
like my
care.
brain. No,
Bro,
they do.
men don't care. You don't
No,
understand.
you're talking about the little dusties that don't care. The ones that I know.
As
they
you
do
go
care.
up in like the men's attractiveness, the less they're willing to tolerate your situation. Like a guy who doesn't have options, he's like,
I'm just gonna let you
fuck,
think
she's a
what you
stripper?
want because I know you're
fuck.
speaking on your own experiences of all the sex workers that denied you coochie, that scarred you for whatever
I mean,
reaction
I-
this is.
I haven't dated any sex workers. I mean,
Well, whatever
if you think
girl
that's
like
normal-
hurt you like that, like I want to.
She wasn't a sex
I will
worker.
fuck her up for you if you want. I'll
I
fight
mean,
her for
I've-
you.
Actually, most of my relationships have been great. I don't have, with the exception of one girl I dated who was not a sex worker, I have nothing but positive things to say about my exes, which I think perhaps for most of you
good.
probably couldn't do that. I've dated wonderful, great women. But I mean, when it comes to dating, who hasn't been hurt by something? So I don't really understand the criticism. We've all been, screwed over or hurt in some way. But of the women I have had long-term
It just
relationships.
seems that you truly don't believe that a sex worker can get a high value man, and I'm telling you,
Generally, I
they
don't
absolutely do. In fact,
I don't
there's
think they
a
can.
bunch of sex workers and prostitutes are like literally married to like rappers. They're retired, like they have great fucking lifestyles, and they met by literally selling them coochie. I
But
don't
where
even do that.
where are those women at in their lives when they're with them is the question.
They're
Like,
married. They're engaged.
I'm
they're
saying what are
dating.
those women doing with their lives actively?
Being spoiled
Are they starting a
and relaxing.
business, or are
And a lot of
they
them do
doing
businesses.
stuff proactively,
I do
or
that all
are
the
they
time.
still a
Valentine
stripper?
Wanda donated $100. Valentine Day wishes from Canada. Brian.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank
Pending
you.
simp tax paid in full as a Valentine Day gift. Check it DMW.
Oh, thank you, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. We have 2 more coming in. Thank you guys for the TTS. Sorry for the delay on a few of these. There's a couple minute delay there. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. We got 2 more. Chair 3, you trashy as shit if you can't understand men just want loyal women. Thank you, Terry. Canadian.
Base
100.
Justin
Thank you,
donated
Terry.
$100. Brian's right, ladies. It's over. Future Western civilization has no interest in your unfortunately deluded toxic minds. Have no fear, men will be men, and ultimately this confusion will be resolved.
Okay, wait. I have something to add, and I can see why you have the opinion that you have.
Okay, what is
Like,
it?
I get it, you know? A lot of
There's another
dancers and a lot of girls that you probably have met.
One
that-
sec.
Bluffist donated $100. Sage 3. If you had a daughter, would you want her to come and work with you? If you had a son, would you want him to marry your work associates?
That's a good question. Answer.
That's a good question.
The son, I would not mind if he married the work associates if it was a good woman. That's why I was gonna add to you, because there are some sex workers and some
What about the
dancers
first
that
question?
I know. Wait, what was the first one?
Your daughter, would you want her to be a
your daughter
stripper or OF girl or whatever?
I would talk her out of it and hopefully set her up so she wouldn't have to do that. But if she did, I would try to educate her and let her set her boundaries and put her in a good place that
That's a good
respects
answer.
her. And in that case, I wouldn't mind it
That's a
as
good
much
answer,
because
though.
there are good places out. But what I was
Okay,
going to say is
go ahead.
I respect your opinion, though, because there are a lot of dancers and there are a lot of sex workers that really don't have their shit together. They're
Yeah.
horrible fucking people. They're trashy. They're like treat people like shit. Like they move through the world in a crazy way. Like I've seen a lot of shit for sure. So I see it like, you know, not every sex worker is gonna be attracting something of high value. That's why that's kind of separate from who I am, but I know it's part of me. But I'm saying like me as a person, I am very high value, like, and I do attract this all the time. But I can get where your
look,
opinion comes from.
You're not high value.
Well, you don't know me, so I don't really care if you say that.
I mean,
Sorry.
but look,
it doesn't
I'm just
make it
I'm
true just because you're a
judging
man,
off of the surface things here.
which is invalid.
Well,
you don't
just
know me.
look, by virtue of you being a sex worker, is sex work high value, medium value, or low value?
Depends on how much you get paid.
It wouldn't matter how much you get paid. I'm asking about the profession in and of itself inherently.
I honestly don't think that it's neither high or low value. It's just a job. What the fuck?
Are there high value jobs men? So just to be clear, janitor, doctor, where is janitor up here high value
I
and
feel like
doctor
male
is down
stripper
here?
would be more equal than janitor. And male stripper,
Would you?
I would definitely date a male stripper. He got that bread.
Okay, but I don't
making
know. Why
$350
can't
at
you
least.
categorize whether stripper is like sex worker is high value or low value?
Because I think it could go either way.
How could it go either way?
A low
How about
value
whatever you
if
do?
you're on.
What do you do? You do OF. You do.
So I'm a
strip.
I'm just wear bikini all night and I perform dancing on a stage. Like literally, I have a huge stage. I'm on the whole night. I literally just perform on stage. I don't have to get no goodies out.
You
Like,
don't do private dances?
No, we don't have any
All
private
right.
rooms.
Well,
in my
look.
club.
I mean.
I
I'm
mean,
not-
I think that's a pretty good argument. She
No,
doesn't
it's
touch
still low
another
value.
I'm
man.
like a backup
Still low
dancer
value.
for a rapper
I know.
dancing in a bikini on
low
a stage.
value.
Okay,
That-
Look.
Brian.
I get it though. I
is-
get your perspective. I'm not mad at it.
I think the fact
I
that
can
she's
see
giving
why you
up potential
think
money
that.
and turning down and
real
going
dough.
to a place that does dances says a lot about her morals. And
What? Oh my God.
Do you
Lawrence.
believe a
The
woman
morals
can
of a
move on
stripper.
from being such a low value woman?
yeah,
Yeah, people can. Well, I
Right?
mean, it depends if we're looking at it from like a Christian lens. Yes, I guess from a Christian perspective, everyone can be redeemed. But like, you have to understand, just because you stop doing the thing, doesn't mean that men aren't. Men care about a woman's past. Women care about a man's future. So, like this idea that. Yeah, you can redeem yourself and you can change who you are. It could be drugs, it could be promiscuity, it could be sex work, it could be all like just other bad things.
Do you
whatever.
drink alcohol?
No, not really. I don't do drugs, don't
I'm
smoke, don't
completely
drink. I mean,
sober.
occasionally we
Completely.
do. The only time I drink is sometimes we do a champagne
Period.
pop. Yo, hold on. Guys, this panel has been, I need a fucking champagne pop. I need a champagne pop. We got champagne
does.
bottles. It's been a while.
He does.
Who's going to do a champagne pop? I don't drink, but the only time I do drink is if we do a champagne pop.
Can I pop it?
What's that?
Can I pop it?
Nope.
Pop your cherry.
Can I have a cup?
No, look, I'll just say this. Look, I think your future husband, your future children are not going to appreciate that there's naked photos of you on the internet. I don't know what you do on your OF. I don't know if you fuck men on camera.
No, I don't.
You show your pussy, you show your butthole. I'm telling you, your future husband, the family of your husband will not appreciate, and your children
They're
will
not gonna
not
care.
appreciate naked photos of you being on the internet. They're not going to appreciate that, okay?
What about all the celebrities that have OnlyFans that make millions of dollars? Does that make
They're
them
fucking
low value?
degenerate They're degenerate too, and yeah, it makes them low value.
Okay.
What about like Kim Kardashian? Like she
Low
had a
value.
sex tape. She had a sex tape out, but she got
What about
she got
pop
businesses
stars?
going on.
Bro,
She's
I
do you think
consider them
money
are you
coming.
guys
sex
such materialists that you think, oh, if you're rich, then that's all that matters? How about if you're a piece of shit person and you're rich? Are you still like high?
Well,
value?
I'm assuming
What makes
like
her
a
a
good
piece of shit
person with the
person,
money.
though?
I'm assuming the
What
good
makes her a piece of shit person?
Well, hold on. I didn't say. Hold on. I wasn't referring her necessarily to a piece of shit person, but Kim Kardashian has a reputation. She has the sex tape out there, and I don't know the history of that. I'm pretty sure they leaked it, or I don't know.
She'd be
Look,
scamming.
that probably was probably intentional. That's a little bit different, but there's the sex tape. That's different though than somebody who's actively doing it. But they probably leaked that intentionally. And she's dated like so many men, and it's like, yeah, she's very wealthy. There's no dispute there, and that does provide some value to be exceptionally wealthy. Men generally don't care about wealth that much. She was a good-looking woman. Some say she still is. I mean, obviously she's getting a bit older, but I mean, personally, the fake shit is not. I do not like the BBL.
So
and
to you, what
the
makes a
lipo and the
high-value woman?
Big titties. I mean, it's a couple different things. Obviously, there's various metrics, but I mean, one component. You're gonna have to let me finish all the components. One component is, look, realistically, being physically attractive. That's one way in which a woman can increase her value, but there's other things too. It's like, what are her values? What is her virtue? Is she a good person? Does she treat you well? Does she treat you with respect? In terms of the traditional things that men look for, we're looking for submissiveness. We're looking for peace. We're looking for a woman who embodies those sort of ladylike qualities: virtue, peace, submission, these sorts of things. A woman who will give you children, a woman who will defer to you, a woman who will acquiesce to you, a woman who is agreeable. There's all kinds of traits that make a woman
That's
high
submissive.
value.
But at the same time, like, why do you devalue, say, Kim Kardashian because of that sex tape, when maybe she does have all those things that you just said? Maybe she is very submissive.
I don't know
maybe
the woman. I don't.
kind. Maybe she's like,
know.
and not even about the
Would
money
you-
perspective.
hypothetical.
Why did you
Date
just
Kim
devalue her
Kardashian?
as a high value woman?
I mean, no, I don't think I would.
Okay,
date
cool.
Kim
What type of
Kardashian.
environment do you think it takes to make a woman that has those qualities that you just listed?
Well, look, I'm not, just to be clear, I think that society and culture is completely fucked.
Same.
So it's not totally like women's entire fault
Not at all.
that we live in a ecosystem, an environment that is conducive to degeneracy, that is conducive to selfishness, that is conducive to materialism. It's 2026. So, I mean, what kind of environment would be good for that? Honestly, I'm kind of a doomer on this specific thing. I think that there's, with black holes, the point of no return, the event horizon, once you pass that threshold, you can't escape. Honestly, society is pretty much cooked. I think partially I'm like, enjoy the decline. Part of me wants to fight, but I honestly.
So are you saying
I'm
that
kind
this
of
is like?
black-pilled on this, to be honest.
Are you saying that it's like almost unattainable to find a woman like that?
No, that's not what I'm saying. There's definitely good women out there, but what I am saying is that the ecosystem and environment is not conducive to, and by the way, it's not just women, it's not conducive to creating high virtue men either.
Yeah, that's true.
Porn, all this other shit. Like, I don't think, for example, in terms of my criticisms of sex workers, the male component of that, you shouldn't be watching porn. Especially, look, some of the porn shit's
Makes the
overstated.
market.
But if you're in a relationship with a girl, you shouldn't be watching porn. If you're dating a girl, you shouldn't be following chicks on IG thoughts on Instagram. You shouldn't be liking their photos. Well, even if you're fucking single, you shouldn't be doing that shit anyways.
But how about in like the work that you do?
Well, yeah. So I'm actually.
Because you have to be around that.
Well, I think that's a bit different, but I would say, like, for example, I don't shy away from the fact that because of my podcast, like, that's disqualifying to me for plenty of women. Like, some women, well, their politics are just going to disagree with me because we talk about politics on the show, and they're liberal. So, like, 50% of women gone, and then some even women who might share some of my values, although I'm like super autistic and have like really niche retarded. Not retarded, I think they're based, but some people, they're like, bro, Brian, this is crazy. Yeah, there's plenty of women who see this show. Like, so I relate in the sense that because of what I do, it closes the door for a lot of women. Like, a lot of women are like, whoa, Brian, some of your takes are a little out there. You're too political, blah, blah, blah. So I totally acknowledge that. But I think I don't cope about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've closed the door on like probably 60% of women.
Okay.
50% of women, 60, just on that. And then of course, like, there's the other factors that women would care about, like attraction and all that stuff. But just based on the show, yeah, probably close the door for a lot. So it's almost the same thing with OnlyFans. But OnlyFans girls cope about it. They're like, no, I'm
okay with
I have
it.
like a follow-up question.
no, this isn't going to close the door. In fact, no.
So would you
Okay.
change yourself?
That's what we
Would you change yourself for somebody? Would you change yourself to fit somebody else's qualifications or needs? Because you're telling everybody else, oh, you wouldn't change yourself? Oh my God, you're in
not what I'm
OFL. You're
saying.
in sex work.
Not what I'm saying, but what I'm saying
But that's
is
what you
that-
said.
No, well, hold on. The conversation is about, are women who do sex work, are they
High value.
are they just, is it a desirable thing for men? And my position is, I'm not saying that there aren't. I'm sure there's plenty of men who would date you. I'm sure there's plenty of men who blah blah blah, family, kids, blah blah blah. I'm sure. I'm not gonna do this thing where it's cope. Like, no, you took a bikini photo. No man's gonna ever. No, that's stupid. That's cope. But realistically speaking, by virtue of you being a sex worker, you guys being sex workers, that's going to close the door for a lot of men.
It's a smaller
and
pool.
And a lot of those men are typically high virtue men, don't want to be dealing with a sex worker. Sorry, I have some chats I need to let through here. One